Frosciagini. 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 Or as the Pope says, Happy Pride Month! I think we're all familiar with JoJo Siwa and her rebrand at this point, whether voluntarily or by force.
Boy, has JoJo Siwa grown up.
She went from selling bows and making songs for little kids to doing this. And she won't stop doing this. Yes, JoJo Siwa's dance outfits are a bit out there, but at least she isn't copying black people for edgy points. She's in her Miley Cyrus bangers era, except without all of the cultural appropriation, and yet people are still livid. So I went to the LA Pride in the Park show and got to see JoJo Siwa perform live because I had to see her do that dance live, let's be real. And it was better than I could have expected. But I'm going to get to that more later on. First, I'd like to dive into the aftermath of the LA show and the viral tweets that happened for very weird, questionable reasons. I was pretty surprised to see this tweet that went very viral about JoJo Siwa's LA Pride performance and just this whole discourse around it. People were freaking out about her touching herself, drinking alcohol, and the fact that there were children there. As somebody that was actually at the show, I can tell you that it was not an audience of all children. That's crazy. Honestly, I wish the crowd was all children because then maybe I could fucking see the show. As somebody that struggles with vertical height disease disorder, I couldn't see shit. It was all these like tall white in front of me during the whole show. I could not see. One of them was like, let me get on your back, and they was like on his shoulders calling JoJo's name, being like, Jojo, look at me. And they were all like 6 foot tall white gay dudes, and I just couldn't see. Like, yeah, I think we all wished it was all children there so we could see, but it was not. It's pretty crazy to see this tweet go super viral and to know from firsthand experience that it's just spinning what the event was. I totally understand disliking JoJo Siwa's music or just general vibe, but please do not turn this into no kink at pride discourse. Like, please, I'm begging you. If you're not familiar, every single June, there's the No Kink at Pride discourse. But this year, it has a JoJo Siwa sickening twist. The tone of this viral tweet reminds me of the 2006 documentary, This Film Is Not Yet Rated, which explores the MPAA rating system and its biases. Jamie Babbitt, the director of the cult classic LGBT film But I'm a Cheerleader, explains how frustrated she was that her film received an NC-17 rating instead of being rated R. An NC-17 rating means that it cannot be distributed in theaters across the country, meaning that it will take a significant cut when it comes to like how much money the film will make overall.
But I'm a Cheerleader was a movie about gay kids who go to a homosexual rehabilitation camp. I got a call from the ratings board and they said, you got an NC-17. And I was really angry and really devastated, and I didn't understand why, because there's no nudity in the sex scene and they're fully clothed. It was ridiculous. But the really offensive thing, at the time that I submitted it to the ratings board, American Pie had just come out. I had seen the trailer a million times of Jason Biggs masturbating in an apple pie in the trailer. So the ratings board then tells me that in order to get an R, I have to cut one of my girls masturbating over her underwear, fully clothed, and you don't see anything. Basically, you can tell that she's masturbating.
American Pie came out around the same time as But I'm a Cheerleader, but received a rated R rating and was allowed to screen across the country despite including far more sexual scenes, including a white frat boy fucking a pie. The all-American white frat bro is allowed heterosexual exploration and freedom. And for white frat bros, consent is optional. A great example of this is Brock Turner, who was found guilty for raping someone and was only in jail for 3 months. And that was basically from social pressure in the first place. Most of the time when frat bro types rape someone, even if it's statutory, no one really cares. This film is not yet rated, has this great montage that shows side-by-side identical sex acts happening in films. And on one side, the scenes are heterosexual examples. The other side, they're gay. Gay sex scenes are rated NC-17, deemed too inappropriate to be distributed across the country in theaters. But the exact same sex acts happening in straight films are seen nationwide. Heterosex is just not controversial. We can see the same reaction happening to JoJo's LA performance, but I'll get to that more in a second. There is a long history of gay panic in this country, and I do think JoJo Siwa is currently feeling a bit of that wrath. Before her, it was Lil Nas X.
While some fans were loving it, others slammed it as immoral and inappropriate for kids.
Sam Smith had their moment.
Sam Smith is back again with more attention-seeking vulgarity. We have to remember to call him they, their, them, even though there's only one of them. But they've taken things up a notch with a new global tour criticised as hypersexualised and satanic. And apologise if you're easily offended for what you're about to see.
Bruh.
And now, JoJo Siwa's scary and bad for kids. These gay panickers act like being gay is a super contagious virus, and if their kid is within 6 feet of another gay person, they might catch the gay disease and the rest of their lives will be fucked. Which is actually kind of crazy when you think about it, because that is how COVID works, and these same people don't really care if their kids get COVID or any vaccine. Also, even though I know that gay panic isn't based on evidence, the argument that her fan base is literally all minors is stupid. Her first post announcing her rebrand was literally a content warning letting everybody know she was no longer going to be making content for kids, but was going to be making content with adult themes moving forward. I don't know why y'all gagging. She is not these kids' parents. Also, gay kids do exist. Well, yes. So Lil Nas X is also seen as being inappropriate for kids, even though he doesn't have an established kids fan base. Being gay is always seen as being inappropriate for kids. That's why Nickelodeon dropped JoJo's ass as soon as she came out. Duh. So I was at the LA show and these are my thoughts. It was a very fun show and the crowd was into it. She's silly and cringe, and she is the moment. I mean, she invented gay pop while simultaneously being the first ever lesbian to exist. Yeah, she was pretending to chug vodka, but that doesn't even really matter if it was real or fake vodka, because she's 21. That's not controversial, and y'all are just looking for anything to say at this point. She was dancing provocatively on stage and touched herself for maybe 1 to 2 seconds, but also, let's be real, she wasn't touching herself in like a sexual way, you gross perverts. She was dancing provocatively in a way that we all enjoy every pop star doing for the history of music. Pop stars dance provocatively. That's nothing new. And if this is JoJo masturbating on stage, then this is Miley having unprotected intercourse on live TV on a network made for minors. She is an adult and is allowed to express her sexuality. Y'all just hate seeing gay shit. Is JoJo in your face and has said and done cringy things? Well, yes. Yes, of course. That's just the natural path of a young gay person figuring themselves out. She just has to do it in front of an audience. Like her drunk 21st birthday videos. Yeah, those were pretty silly and hard to watch. But I'm just hella glad there aren't videos of my 21st birthday on the internet, because it would be equally hard to watch. I personally have been living for the JoJo Siwa rebrand. Her signature dance move always cracks me up. Her music video Karma So camp, the humping, I live. It's honestly the most entertaining gay shit I've seen in a minute. Let me be vulnerable with you all right now. I'm actually looking forward to her upcoming EP or album or whatever that drops, because she performed this like unreleased song at the LA show, and dare I say it was gay pop. I don't care if you don't fuck with JoJo Siwa and her rebrand. I haven't been following JoJo throughout her whole career. I certainly do not support everything she's said.
JoJo Siwa is out there too. She's supporting James, supporting Colleen.
But after this LA show, it is becoming more clear to me that a lot of this hate is just straight up homophobia.